You guys listen to this. Watch this.
Mighty Zeus, god of thunder from down under.
Mirage here, wishing you a very special, non-denominational happy holidays. You didn't know I could do that, do you? Huh? I didn't know I could do that. Anybody have a lozenge? I might be bleeding in the throat right now.
So I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of disappointed that Mirage didn't attempt to do my laugh, because then most definitely he would have been bleeding in his throat.
Anybody have a lozenge? I might be bleeding in the throat right now.
Yeah, but to be honest, that was super cool of Play Apex to tweet me a custom Mirage voice line. They actually had to get him out to the studio to record that. Obviously not just that, there was probably a bunch of other stuff they were recording, but that's still badass as hell, nobody can deny. Before we get into the serious topic of this video, which is gonna affect a lot of people, PC players and console players alike, I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. It's not a custom message sent from Mirage, not quite as cool hearing it from me, but still, I hope everyone has a good holidays, and I know it might not be exactly Christmas just yet, where you are now, because you're unfortunate you're not in Australia, because we're ahead of the rest of the world, apart from New Zealand, but yeah. But there's probably going to be a bunch of people that watch this after Christmas as well, so I hope you guys get good presents, and you weren't on Mirage's naughty list. Now, I know a lot of people aren't active on Twitter, they don't follow the pro players, they don't follow the content creators, so they're sort of out of the loop on what's been happening in the community in the last few days. I know what I'm about to go over is going to be news to a lot of people. So I'm going to start from the very beginning so everybody watching this has an idea on what's going on.
Hello everybody and welcome from around the world.
This is where we'll see champions really be born. We've proven that every region of the world has the capability to do what it takes to win.
They wanted just going for a kill here. Can he get the shots inside?
Wow, the best of the best, the cream of the crop.
It is time.
So massive news for everybody involved in Apex competitive, right? Online tournaments so everybody from around the world can prove their worth to compete at the very top in Apex Legends. Well, that's what I thought at first until I read more, and yes, it's PC only. Now, I know a lot of people will be like, damn, that makes a lot of sense, but in actual fact, it really doesn't in a multi-platform game, which Fortnite has proven with its massive success in competitive, giving the chance for other platforms to also compete at the very top. While PC definitely has clear advantages, there's no reason controller players can't compete at the very top, like Nicewig and Snipedown have proven. And I was really hoping to see some console players be given the chance and opportunity to compete in. Unique position in this community as a console player and also as a competitive player. I did what was right, and that was to ask more questions and get some answers. And I wanted to know why they didn't include us, and if there was a chance in the future that they would include us. So this is a tweet I sent. Apex made a huge mistake making this PC only. They cut off most of the player base from having the chance to compete, and less people will be interested and there'll be a lot less viewers overall. Which is perfectly true. If you guys don't know, console is the majority. We outnumber PC players probably close to 10 to 1. We are huge in comparison to the player base of PC. Even in America, where there are 500 million players, PC lobbies are often dead, and I know a lot of American streamers have to switch over to EU servers at certain times of the day. That is never an issue on console. While there are some smaller regions that have less of a player base, in America, it doesn't matter what time of the day it is, you're gonna find lobbies and pretty much instantly, because our player base is so much larger than that of PC. And that's just PlayStation. Xbox as well, which has sold half the units of PlayStation, also has a larger player base than PC. So put that in perspective, and I think my tweet is pretty much bang on the money. Because I'm in this position where I have a voice that's louder than a lot of other people because I'm a creator, I thought I'd reach out to developers instead of just complaining to the Twitterverse and see if we could get some answers and see if there was any light down the end of this tunnel. So I asked the two people that were most involved at EA in making this competitive scene happen what their opinions are on this and why the console community was overlooked. The answer I got back was promising. We're not shutting the door completely on console, but more work to do before we can speak more on competition on those platforms. The global series is PC only for now. So a pretty cryptic response, something I would expect, seeing as these people obviously have to sign NDAs and they'd lose their job, and probably much more if they were to delve into any details. And I think we can gather what that means. And that's basically, until crossplay is a thing, nothing more can be done, and we've had to select PC, which honestly, as much as I don't like to say it, it does make sense. That is where all the organizations are at the moment with their teams, and that is the easiest platform for them to run the tournaments from, seeing as it's all set up and the custom matches are PC only for now. Still, with that being said, I know a lot of these tournaments are going to be run online, and there's no reason there can't be some prize pool for the console scene, even if it's not the majority and a very minority, at least something there for the console players. And that is why everyone is making the switch. While not everyone, most of the names that you would know that play on console right now that are the top players in the world will be making the switch. Daltouche is one of the main names, but also Zednam, the #1 ranked player in the world who has the most RP across all platforms. There's also going to be a lot of the SOAR members. Some of them have already made the switch, and you honestly can't blame them. I know a lot of console players have got the pitchforks and knives out and saying, how dare you leave us, but honestly, $3 million up for grabs on PC and 0 for console. It's a shame, but honestly, chase that bag. You should be supporting the console players that do make the switch, because I would love to see controller players killing it, despite having obvious disadvantages, which we're going to be going over because a lot of PC players are going to be crying even more than they are now. If you guys aren't on Twitter, you're missing out on life, because some of the top PC players are already in tears at console aim assist destroying them, and I just can't wait to hear the reactions when the top players from console make the transition. The cries are going to be a whole lot louder. So wait a minute, is there any merit to all these top PC players crying about console aim assist? Is it really overpowered? Does it give us aimbot on console? Now, I think all of the console players know the answer to this, but for some reason the PC players have been getting smacked around a bit by some console players, and they think for some reason that console players, quoted by Diego, is better at close range than PC, which is frankly mind-blowing from a console player who knows at the very top the best PC players in the world are capable of doing things with their mouse that no console player can ever hope to achieve, Shroud being one of them. But my simple opinion isn't enough. Let's actually do some science here, ladies and gentlemen. Because I already know PC players, if they're mad now, they're only going to get angrier when us console players make the transition. So I would like to demonstrate in this video how aim assist works. Now, I've done this before, but a few of you guys might have missed it, seeing as this is an older video. But we're going to be doing it again. And just to clear a few things up, I want to mention, but you probably all know that aim assist works differently in different games. And some games have more aim assist than others, Apex being one of the games with the least amount of aim assist. Fortnite being one of the few games that has a massive aim assist, where it really does help you out and makes it easier for newer players to do well. It has an auto lock function which did get abused and nerfed at some point in time, but still in the game, so if you're slightly off target in Fortnite with the controller, it will lock onto the target, which in my opinion is too much. Now, Call of Duty also has a similar thing to Fortnite, where if you're slightly off center and you aim down sights, it'll lock onto the target for you, but it's nowhere near as forgiving as Fortnite's system, which is the easiest game for newer players to pick up in terms of aiming on console. So what about Apex? Do we have aimbot? Do we have auto lock on the brains? We hold L2 down and instantly get every single shot as a headshot, simply because we're the aim assist aimbot gods? Yes, as you can probably tell, that's not how it works at all. Especially if they're targets that we don't even get aim assist on. Only the red ones we do. Then posts that I'm smacking every single time at close range have 0 aim assist. But this next clip proves that we have aimbot and it locks onto the enemies. Look at this. Oh my god. What that clip actually showed was not my stick locking onto the character, but slowing down around characters. This is me without my finger on the right stick, so not aiming at all, and you can see it slow down about 3 characters wide. Not locking onto the player, simply slowing my sensitivity down, because on a controller you don't have much range of motion, nowhere near as much on PC, so 1 millimeter. So me moving my stick 1 millimeter too far is the difference between hitting a shot and missing by a mile. Now, when I actually use my right stick to aim and track the opponent, it's easier because my sensitivity is lower around the player, not because it's aiming for me. That's not what aim assist does on this game. It never aims for you. If I were to aim in slightly off target, I would always be off target. It doesn't make corrections for me like Fortnite does. If you hit the L2 on other games, it does sometimes make corrections, but not on this game. You have to do everything yourself. If I were to double my sensitivity and I move my stick 1 millimeter, it would move twice as much. So that lower sensitivity around players gives me more range of motion, meaning I can move my stick further for less of a change, helping me aim, not aiming for me. Now, one of the hardest skills to master in this game is flick shotting, and I'm doing it against non-aim assist targets right now. It's not aiming for me at all. I'm also not getting aim assist on the target behind it because it's obstructed. You don't get aim assist at long ranges with controllers, or if the play is obstructed by a window or something. That gives PC a major advantage. Now, tracking a target without aim assist, you're like, oh my god, you can't track that. Your aim is so bad. It's not that the aim is bad. I'm just doing the exact same tracking I would do a player, but it's overcompensating because I'm not on a lower sensitivity, so my stick is moving further each side than it would on a lower sensitivity. Now, if you gave a PC player a box to put their mouse in so they had the same range of motion as a console player, they would all suck and get absolutely destroyed by us and wouldn't stand a chance without the same aim assist we get. But in no way, shape or form does aim assist in this game aim for you. You have to do everything yourself, and PC has a major advantage. So all the PC players that are crying should definitely not be crying, because if they do make a change to aim assist, it's going to negatively affect you, because if anything, they're going to buff it, because they do like catering to bad players, which is why skill-based matchmaking is in the game, and bad players can't compete with the pro console players that have learnt and adapted millimeter perfect precision aim with the controller. If anything, the bad players need more aim assist, so if they're going to make any changes, they're going to go towards other games and add in an aim assist that actually aims for you, like some other games have, which I don't want in the game because it reduces the skill gap, which this game has. But PC players crying about aim assist, you're just arse at the game. There's no other way to put it. You have an insane range of motion, you have your whole arm, and you're complaining about people on a lower sensitivity. Basically, that's what aim assist comes down to in this game. And if you can't compete against console players, you are awful. Turn down your sensitivity. You are trash. That is the way to get better at close range, because aim assist is pretty much irrelevant and isn't even affected at long ranges, so you guys have a stupendous advantage over console players, because all we get in this game is a lower sensitivity around players and have to make millimeter precision aim, and if you move your mouse a millimeter, it's basically not even gonna move, whereas if we move it, that's a difference between life and death. Console players have to overcome huge obstacles, so I never ever want to see another little crybaby on Twitter that uses a keyboard and mouse complain about getting the ping from a console player. Now, one last rumor to get rid of before I can end the video, and that's that console aim assist helps us with recoil control, making it easier, which couldn't be further from the truth. As you can see, the recoil pattern is exactly the same when we're not trying to counter it, by holding down our stick like literal 1 to 3 millimeters. That's how much precision is needed to control recoil in this game, and you have no idea how much practice that goes into controlling the recoil on a controller. 10 times the amount on PC, because on PC it's quite easier because they have more of a range of motion, so holding down the mouse a little bit here and there is a lot easier than holding it down 1 millimeter too much or too little and being the difference between life and death, which is exactly what this showcases. My practice and my hard work has gone into this, and this is also a tip video, it turns out, because this is what I do. This is against targets without aim assist that I practice my recoil control on, because it doesn't actually matter. The aim assist doesn't help us at all with recoil control, so I can practice on these targets that have no aim assist to practice the millimeter precision to get as many bullets on target as possible. I do spend a lot of time in training mode doing precisely this, making sure that my R99 shot and recorrection is perfect so the gun has the least amount of recoil possible when I'm shooting it. It's a pretty simple concept of fighting the recoil, but it actually takes hours and hours of practice to master and to get to this level that I'm at right now. Now, credit where credit is due. Zednam, the #1 ranked player, taught me the trick to shoot at that back-moving target, which is the smallest target at that range and the hardest to control your recoil on. So if you want to practice recoil control, start at that. It's pretty damn hard, but it's a good way of getting a feel for it. Now, this concludes the video. At the end of it, I was sort of being a little toxic towards PC players, but it wasn't really towards every PC player. It was only the ones that complain about aim assist and talk down on console players, because at the end of the day, I want a community that can respect each other, the top PC players and the top console players, to have a mutual level of respect, appreciate that there's advantages and disadvantages on both sides of the field, but a whole lot less on the console. There's a lot of obstacles we need to overcome to be at the top level, and I hope that after watching these videos, it might have changed a few PC players' mind on us console players. Our aim assist really ain't that big, and if anything, the advantage is very much so in the PC players' field, with their insane range of motion and the ease of accuracy that can be obtained with that. Anyway, drop a like on the video if you enjoyed. Drop a dislike in the video if you're a triggered PC player. Anyway, peace out. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you all in the next one.
Anybody have a lozenge? I might be bleeding in the throat right now.